guys, xbeybae here. It's the third round of our locals here, and we are playing Luffy into Jinbe. And I'm gonna be honest, I think this is my actual first time ever playing Jinbe. So I think if I recall, Jinbe's effect is if he has 6 cards or less in hand, then he can restand a Dawn and restand a character. Other than that, pretty solid leader ability, but nothing that black can't deal with. Right? Restanding characters in black doesn't really matter because we'll just swing leader and then we'll just clear the board. That's like realistically what we want to do. So let's see here. We are choosing to dice roll. I think we're choosing odd and even. It is even, which probably means I think I won dice roll, so I'm probably going to go second, but we'll see just to confirm. Oh, okay. Our opponent's going to pile shuffle. All right, this is going to take a while. If I move another 30 seconds... Oh, we're cutting. Okay. Hold up. Something's happening. All right. Best of luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if we're going second, this hand is awful regardless of whether we're going first or second. It's not a very good hand. And does our opponent also choose to mulligan as well? No, they choose to keep, which means they probably have a pretty decent hand. All right. Have our opponent cut our deck. Let's see what happens. All right. So it looks like we are going second. So the Jinbe is starting off the first turn here with a Kami search. Let's see if they end up finding anything. Because sometimes, very rarely, you could actually whiff on the search, if I recall. Because not every single one of your characters are merfolk. And I think Kami specifically searches for merfolk, not just Fish Island, right? Yeah, I'd have to double check on that, actually. Let's see. They took a Tashigi. Okay. Kami searcher. Did our opponent search a Tashigi? Were they allowed to do that? Hold up. I'm going to go back just a little bit because I don't think you can search the Tashigi there. Is that what he searched for? Where did our opponent search? Because it's only, according to here, merfolk or fishmen, other than Kami. Yeah, so you can't take the Tashigi there. Oh, unlucky. All right, regardless, does not matter. Everyone's still learning for their locals. And like I said, we're going to take this Sengoku, continue forward. All right. 3 Dawn on the Jinbe. Let's see what we end up picking up here. Another Kami searcher, all right. Hopefully this time he takes a Fishman or a merfolk. Okay, yep, so he takes a Hody. Yep, you were allowed to do that. And then for 7 Dawn, 7 the face, we'll gladly take. We get it to Shigi. If we have a Kuzan on 4 Dawn, I mean, there's nothing else we really play here. And we do have the Kuzan, so we're just going to go 5 the lead to play out the Kuzan. Very, very traditional. He'll restand a Dawn because of leader ability, and he'll take. Kuzan the draw, pass back to the Jinbe. All right, so Jinbe now on 5 Dawn. I feel like the only play you really have at 5 Dawn is like, what, maybe like Fisher Tiger? Other than that, like, I don't know what else you can play. Oh, he uses another Kami searcher. Okay, 3 searchers. And what does he take from this? He takes the Arlong. Okay. And if I recall, this Arlong gives a Rusted Dawn and freezes a character, if I recall. Yeah, okay. So should it just be a 6 to face and then play out the Arlong, I would say, yeah. 3 for the Arlong. Gives a Rusted Dawn. Freezes the Kuzan. And then swings a 7 to face, which I think we'll take. I don't think we should counter the 7. no trigger. But being on 6 Dawn, I think means that we probably want to play out that Kobe. We probably want to KO that Arlong for sure. But we could also consider using a Sanji as well if we want to develop a bigger body. But ultimately, I think swinging 7 and then playing Rebecca is a little stronger because we give a little bit more pressure. But okay, so we swing 5 the face. And do we attach the 1 Dawn or do we end up playing... Oh, he'll brand new the search. Interesting. I think we take a grandma here, right? Instead of the dragon. But honestly, looking back at this, if we take the monkey D Garp, say we take the Garp instead, we have an answer for the Hody, right? I think maybe we should have taken the Garp just in case he played Hody, right? Otherwise, so far, nothing too concerning. And then last 4 down would be Rebecca. We're going to cycle the Kobe, KO that Arlong, and then trash out a card, probably the Hina. Yep, so far pretty good. So far pretty traditional. And then this is the turn where I think Jinbe should play out Arlong, personally. But we'll take a closer look to see whether he ends up playing Arlong on 7 Dawn. Yep, and there's the Hody. See, this is exactly why we should have searched and then taken that Garp. Because on 8 Dawn, we'd be able to KO the Hody. It'd be perfect. Really, really strong, in fact. So that, I think, is a little bit of a misplay on my part. Taking the 2K is still pretty good because we'll be able to counter for the Kuzan. But then we would have like a bigger body, right? Would have a bigger threat if we searched up the Garp. And that's going to be an 8 to a 5. So 2 2Ks will gladly give. And then the Hody's basically dead, right? We'll be able to play the Sanji this turn. Oh, but that Garp would have been so good, you know? We're going to go 3 to 2. Whew. Gladly KO. Yep. We'll go 5 to face, I think, with Kuzan first. Oh, maybe we're considering Dawn allocation here. Yeah, it should still be a... Could be even be a 6. I might consider swinging a 6. We're going to swing 5 with Kobe first for a good poke, just to get a card out of his hand. It gives us the Vanderdecken. 6 into Jinbe, -1 on the Hody. Attaching 1 to lead. I think we're going to swing first. Yep. 6 into Jinbe, give us a 2K. Might even be the TCG searched earlier. Yep. And then we will use the Sanji to KO the Hody. So far, we're looking really, really strong. I think so far there's only one thing we could have done better, which was maybe taking that Garp instead of taking the 2K. But ultimately, our hand is still very healthy, right? 5 cards, 2 of them being 2Ks, still very healthy. Now, a godsend here is if we somehow drew into the Jack. That would be like absolutely perfect. Our opponent's thinking here. The question is, what do they do? 5 to Jinbe. Oh no, 5 into Kuzan. So I think we give him a 1K. Oh, we actually give up the Kuzan. Okay. I guess my thought process there was I didn't have any actual removal. Because the Kobe's still alive and there's no Kobe in trash. So maybe that was my thought process with giving up the Kuzan there. Jinbe will rest and then swing 6 into 6. Oh no, that's 8 into 6. Oh my gosh, yeah, 8 into 6. Sanji's definitely dead. And then with 2 Dawn up, 3 into 3, Brandy will die. And then he has 6 less in hand, so he'll restand the Arlong, restand the Dawn. All right, awesome. 1 and 2, so that means we're on 10 Dawn now. Draw for turn. And honestly, there's not really too much I can play here. Other than, I guess, swing wide. Isha wouldn't really get too much value. I think we can also play the Sengoku just to get the Kuzan to draw. I feel like that's pretty good as well. We're going to go 4 into 2. Kami will gladly go out. All right. So we do have 7. So we're going to end up playing the Sengoku. Bringing back the Kuzan from trash, I would assume. Because Kobe's still on the board. We'll draw. Oh, Jack. Perfect. Okay, so we can play Jack next turn. And with this 3 Dawn, I think we just attach it to lead and then swing for, what is that, 9? Swing 9 into the Jinbe, I would say. Yeah. So it will be a 9 into the Jinbe. Big damage. The Jinbe will probably have to take. I don't think they'll counter a 9,000 swing this early. And we bring it back to the Jinbe. So Jinbe also being a 10 Dawn. We'll see what they play. Five and the 4. Kobe definitely goes out. It's going to be 8 into 5. And so I don't think we want to give him both of our 2Ks. So we'll rest the Sengoku, give him one of our 2Ks. That's not bad. Oh, 10 Dawn Dofi freeze. Okay, that's huge. The Dofi freeze is huge. Luckily for us, we do have 10 Dawn. So I think the best play of action is to play the Hina and Jack to KO the Jinbe. It's probably our best line, right? And we're also able to cycle a card as well. It's best case. So let's see how fast we can see the Jack and Hina play here. Because Jack, Hina, getting rid of the Jinbe is, like, honestly the best thing we can do. We can't really do anything else. Unless our Kuzan was able to attack, right? Three Dawn will play out the Hina for sure. Minus on the Jinbe. Last 7 Dawn will be the Jack. Draw 1 Trash and KO. And hopefully... Oh, we drew into another brick. How unlucky. How unlucky for us. Isha will get KO'd because our opponent has less than 6 cards. So the Isha itself will not gain value this late into the game. But with our hand with 6k worth of counter, it's still pretty good. Still pretty good indeed. All right. Now, what does the Jinbe do from here? If they have the Vander deck, it'd be perfect. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, so they just separated 2 Dawn, which means they do have the Vander deck, and I would assume. All right, so we got 4, 3, and 3. What are we considering here? So 7 onto the Kuzan. I think the Kuzan will die at 7. Because there's no way we give up 2k worth of counter for the Kuzan. Especially if our Jack may not live. The Kuzan has to go at 7. There's no way we counter this Kuzan. Otherwise, I think it'd be a misplay. Not bad, not bad. He should swing 10 into the Sengoku if I were the Jinbe player. Yep. And we're not countering that because we want to be able to try to counter for our Jack. But the thing I think I forgot for this matchup was that if you're running the Fishmen package, you have to be running the Vanderdecken. And I think that's a poor foresight for me because I forgot he could do that. There's the Vanderdecken. Jinbe deciding what card to trash after using the Vanderdecken. Because he does need to trash a card here. Man, we're taking a while to decide what card to trash. Alright, so the Arlong will be trashed. And a 5 to face. 6 to face. No, it's 5. We'll gladly take regardless. And with 3 down up, is that what we do? We just leave 3 down up? Oh, we'll play it to Shigi for protection. Okay, that's not bad. We do have Rebecca. Honestly, I don't know what our best line here is. I think it's probably Kuzan Rebecca. I think, right? Kuzan the draw, Rebecca into Kobe the KO the Dashigi. I can't see anything else we can really play here. But if somebody sees a better line, then please let me know. There's our 4 Dawn for Kuzan, just a draw. We have the brand new, but honestly, I don't think the brand new is worth playing this late. Into probably a 2K here. Kobe, we will KO the Dashigi, trashing out the brand new. The other option we could consider there was maybe taking a Sanji. But I think trying to deal with the 10 cut Stofi here this late is probably not worth it. So as long as we can go decently wide with our board and swing like pretty well, I think is our best case. So 5 to lead and then 7 to lead. And I think Jinbe will have to take because they're down to like 1 or 2 cards. All right. So this is pretty good for us because the Jinbe only has 1 actual threat on his board, which is the Dofi. So ultimately, regardless of whatever Jinbe plays here, I think we should have it in the bag, right? As long as we can keep our characters up. So like maybe Hina, Kuzan lead, I think we'll be more than okay. But let's see here if Jinbe ends up playing any blockers or if he even has any blockers. All right. 5 down for Fisher Tiger. We'll rest the Rebecca. And then, honestly, I would swing 2 into 0. Yep, nice. Cammy gets rid of the Rebecca. Honestly, if we're Jinbe here, what do you really do? 5 on the 5 will gladly give it 2K. Fisher Tiger will go 6 into 5. I think we have to give a 2K here. I think we're deciding. But ultimately, we do have to give a 2K. And then with the last 5 Dawn and the Dofi, what does the Jinbe player do? Because honestly, if you're Jinbe, you're in a rough spot here, right? Having this many characters wide and 1 life left and like 2 cards in hand, the Luffy should be able to bring this home. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. In fact, I would say a very good spot. But let's see. Man, Jinbe's taking a while to think. They're in a rough spot. Do they consider swinging with the Vanderdecken maybe onto the Kobe or the Hina? That's something they could also consider as well. But I don't know. I don't know if that's the best play here. Oh, we're playing another Fisher target for the last 5 Dawn. Rest the Kuzan. We'll swing 5. No, 6. 6 in the Kobe. And I think, honestly, we should give them both our counter. This late into the game, I mean, it doesn't matter. Just give them both of our counter. 2k, 2k. And then Dofi will delete one of our characters. Nice. Now, with 1 Dawn up and 1 rested card, as long as we can connect 2 successful swings, we pretty much have it. So 2 swings, 1 life. We should probably swing at least 8. But honestly, I'm convinced to swing 9 here, I think. Even 10. You can swing 10 and 10, right? I think swinging 10 and 10 here with Hina and Luffy is probably the best play. We choose to swing 7, which isn't bad either, but in case if we had a restand event. Oh, we have a trigger. Hold up. Oh. Yep, that's going to rest one of the characters. And then Luffy will have to swing with the 12. And with 1 card in hand, it seems that we are able to take it home. Nice. So that makes our Luffy 2-1 at the local, meaning I will see you guys for the final round coming up soon.